All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit our goal of 8,000 subs. Thank you guys very much. We're going to be giving away a jersey on our live show here soon. But, guys, we're looking at 9K subs now. We're getting to Thanksgiving time. We're getting to Christmas time. We would love to hit 10Ks by December 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there, so we can give someone $1,000 for the Christmas gifts. That'd be a huge lift off someone's shoulders. So please get us a 10K. We love what we're doing. Thank you guys for the support. 12K subs after the 10K. We're going to send someone to a game. Probably not the Super Bowl. Don't get any ideas, guys. But we're going to do our best to send you guys to two people to a couple games of your choice. That's probably not the Super Bowl. But, guys, thank you again for all the support. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get some NCAA football picks and props for Saturday, November 11th slate of games. Take a look at the leaderboard. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, I'm 0 for 0 at the moment, but yesterday I did give out UNLV minus 4.5 against Wyoming. The game has not finished, but I have a lot of confidence in the Red Rebels here to run up the score on the Cowboys.
Yeah, Seth, I'm going to talk for you. Sorry. We all took UNLV minus 5. I think Seth and I took it at minus 5.5. That line has moved down to minus 3, so I don't know. Maybe something's in the air over there at UNLV, but we all have it minus 5. Hopefully they do sweep, or hopefully we do sweep and they beat Wyoming. But let's move on to our plays for tomorrow. Trey, how do you start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to be attacking this Cincinnati at Houston game. This is going to be a pretty interesting game to watch. I do love me some Big 12 football, but neither team, they have not done all that well in their first year in the Big 12 because Cincinnati, they come this game with a 2-7 record and are 3-6 ATS. And the Bearcats, they have lost 7 games in a row, and they're 0-6 in Big 12 conference play so far this season. And they have lost those 6 games by an average score of 31-18. So losing those games by an average of 13 points, that is just no bueno. In Houston, they come this game with a 4-5 record and are 5-4 ATS. And the Cougars, they have been a lot more competitive in the Big 12 this season because they're 2-4 in conference play, at least. Not all that good, but at least they're winning games and playing competitive football. And with them being the home team here, I just have a lot more confidence in Houston. So give me Houston here minus 2.5 in this game. I just feel like they could easily win this game by at least a field goal because I expect Donovan Smith and company to be able to move the ball a lot in this home game because Cincinnati, they allowed 35 points to BYU, and they allowed Iowa State to score 30 on them. And Houston, they are a lot better at offense than those two teams, and I expect them to show up here for their home crowd. So give me Houston here minus 2.5 against Cincinnati.
I like it, Troy. Seth?
Yeah, and if you're giving up that many points to Iowa State, that leaky KU defense Trey talked about held them to 18. So yeah. But no, is anybody else thinking that Oklahoma State is not getting enough love here? Because this is the game I'm going to, but are they not getting enough love after what they've done?
I think they're getting the exact amount of love they deserve.
No, because the preview guy that Seth's going to be talking about later, he is an absolute stud and should be in the Heisman conversation. Oklahoma State, I feel like the books just maybe might think it's going to be a letdown game after their big week. If you didn't take this game, Seth, I would have. So I love the play.
Are you talking about Ollie?
Oh, yeah, Ollie Gordon. I'm going to talk about
I don't think he should be. I mean, he's a dark horse, sure, but he's not a top 5 guy.
He's rushing for over like 200 yards a game.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to take Oklahoma State on the money line here, guys. Like I said, they're not getting the love they deserve here. This team, since inserting Alec Bowman as their QB and finally understanding how to get running back Ollie Gordon in space, they have dominated. They have had 3 impressive wins over the last month as they have beat Kansas State, KU, and Oklahoma in that order. This team is playing really good football, and there is no way we should be able to get them at minus 134 on the money line, so I'm going to hammer this. They are by far the better team in this game, and UCF's defense is awful. They just gave up 26 points to a Cincinnati offense that has struggled all season, and over their last 6 games in order, they have given up 44 to K-State, 36 to Baylor, 51 to KU, 31 to OU, 41 to West Virginia, and 26 to Cincinnati. A few of those teams in there should not even be sniffing what they scored. And they're going to have their hands full in this game against an Oklahoma State offense that has scored 120 points over their last 3 games. This team's on fire, and Oklahoma State should do whatever they want on the offensive side of the ball in this game. I'll be taking Oklahoma State to win this one straight up. Minus 136 is way too juiced for a team that's playing as good as Oklahoma State is.
Yeah, I do like to play, Seth. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at a gross one. It's going to be Rutgers going on the road to take on Iowa. If you look at this game and you're not a follower of college football, you're going to see the Hawkeyes as a 1-point favorite at home, and they're ranked, and they're in the top 25. You're going to jump all over it. However, because I've been forced to watch the Iowa Hawkeyes over the last 3 weeks because of the historic unders they've been having, I'm going to take Rutgers in this game on the money line. I will take Rutgers on the money line to go on the road and beat this horrible Iowa team. We can forget about the 25 points scored per game that Brian Fentz needed to keep his job because he's already out the door after this season. Iowa has been horrible this season, especially over the last 5 games with their backup quarterback. Over his last 5 games, the Iowa Hawkeyes haven't thrown for more than 115 yards in any of those 5 games, and they've only scored a couple touchdowns combined in those 5 games as well. They are simply winning games with very good defense, great special teams, and luck. The luck's going to run out in this game. I think Rutgers this season is a very good football team. They have 2 losses of the 3 losses against Michigan, Ohio State. I'm not going to count that against them. Those are the 2 best teams in the nation right now. Rutgers is more battle-tested, and the offense is going to be able to score in this game, I think. They have a really good running back. He leads the league, or he leads the Big Ten in rushing yards this season. I think he does enough in this game to get them to win. Not only do I think Rutgers is going to win, I'm going to take the over. It's going to hit today. I have been talking about the under the last 5 weeks. I've been taking it, the historic unders. The luck of Iowa is going to run out in this game. The special teams are getting them points. The offense is doing nothing. Rutgers is going to score at least 3 touchdowns in this game. Somehow, some way, they're going to find a way. The book making it -1 for Iowa is telling me to take the Rutgers on the money line, so that's what I'm going to do. Give me the Scarlet Knights on the money line and the over. What's it at now? 24? 25?
24.5.
27.5. Sure. Over 27.5. And add on Rutgers team total as well. 3 plays, Rutgers team total, over 27.5, and Rutgers on the money line as my 3 plays. Guys, I want to see what this is at first.
-13.5 for Rutgers at -110.
All right, cool. All right, Rutgers, I think they scored 3 touchdowns. All right, let's get into the player props. Trey, start us off.
I don't even know because I was going to say because you only gave out the game pick. I was going to say and the under, but you switched around with the over. So I love it. Keep us on our toes. But yesterday I am 0 for 0 because my game is currently still going. I gave out Jalen Knighton to go over 61.5 rush yards versus North Texas. I said it was probably going to come out at 60, and it did. And then I projected him to finish with around 80-ish. So I think he's going to have a great night tonight against the very, very bad North Texas rush defense.
Seth?
Yeah. And I had SMU receiver Jake Bailey over 47.5 receiving yards. We'll just have to see where this one goes. Like Trey said, they could run a lot here, but I don't think SMU is really going to go away from their bread and butter. I do think SMU will run a lot towards the end of the game, but I think we're going to have plenty of time in this game to hit the over on the receiving as well.
Yeah, and I've got Ricky White. It came out at over 78.5 receiving yards going against Wyoming. That's their best player on offense, the explosive player. I think he soars over that number going up against Wyoming late tonight at 9 p.m. So hopefully we can sweep the board there. Let's sweep the board tomorrow as well. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, I'm going to pull a bear here, and I'm going to take a line that is challenging me. Give me Deacon Hill to go under his 99.5 yards here versus Rutgers. I'm stepping up to the plate with this pick. I do not think that Deacon Hill is going to reach triple digits in this game. And as crazy as that is to say out loud, he has just not been a very good quarterback. As you guys can see on the screen over his last 5, he is just not good. He's averaging 88 passing yards per game in those starts because those are his only 5 starts of the year. And in those games, he's only passed 21 pass attempts per game. And you're like, wow, 21? He should at least be able to get to triple digits on that. That's only 5 yards per pass attempt? Well, guys, he is averaging a 41% completion percentage. That is no bueno. He is an embarrassment to what is supposed to be a quarterback position. And this Iowa offense is not helping him in any means. I got to not say it's all his fault, but he is just not a good quarterback. Not to mention that he's going up against one of the best pass defenses in the entire country here with Rutgers. Because the Scarlet Knights, they come in this game averaging the 9th best defense in college football because they only give up 177 passing yards per game. And whenever you apply that number to this Iowa Hawkeyes offense, I just see there's absolutely zero chance here for them to go over triple digits here. So give me Deacon Hill to go under 99.5 pass yards versus Rutgers.
I love it, Trey. I love it a lot. Seth?
Yeah, and Trey prefaced this a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and take Oklahoma State running back Ollie Gordon to go over 16.5 reception yards. I'm not going to his rush. I'm going to his reception yards here. And yes, Ollie Gordon is going to be dangerous on the ground in this game against one of the worst rush defenses in the Big 12. But I couldn't take myself to mess around with that 149.5 you just saw in that game. I think it's very doable for him, but I don't want to mess around with it. Therefore, I went with his receiving prop due to that when this Oklahoma State offense started to look for ways to get Ollie Gordon out in open space, one-on-one with defenders. They started utilizing him more in the pass game. Gordon has hit this over in 3 of his last 4 games, and I've looked for that to continue on here as he has been the workhorse for this Oklahoma State offense. On top of that, his receiving prop, I'm going to add 2+ touchdowns for Ollie Gordon. Like I mentioned a little earlier, this UCF defense has been pitiful against running backs this season, and they have already allowed 23 rushing touchdowns to opposing players. And this plays perfectly for Ollie Gordon, who has found the end zone 2+ times in his last 4 games. I love both of these plays, as Ollie Gordon is going to see the ball in his hands a lot, and he's going to be one of the biggest factors for Oklahoma State scoring in this game. So I am going to take Ollie Gordon's over 16.5 receptions and add 2+ touchdowns for Ollie Gordon.
Yeah, I like both those plays, Seth. For my player prop, I'm going to stick with the running backs. I'm going to take Bucky Irving of Oregon to go over 103.5 rushing yards against the USC Trojans. If you missed the USC versus Washington game last week, I urge you guys to go back and watch the tape. Washington had 300 yards on the ground against USC, and they had more yards on the ground than they had through the air. Dylan Johnson of Washington had himself 256 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground. And I don't think Bucky's going to have that many yards, but I think he can easily surpass 100 yards in this game. The USC rush defense this season is allowing 186.5 yards per game, and Bucky Irving's been one of the better running backs this season in the country. He has 119 carries for 821 yards on the ground already. Irving's also gone over 80-plus rushing yards in 6 consecutive games. You might as well make it 7 consecutive games because Oregon, they should be up big in this game towards the end, and they're going to run the ball a lot towards the end of the game. Give me Bucky Irving to go over his rushing yards against USC as my play. Guys, let's go over to the graphic. Seth, start us off.
Yeah, and I'm going to be taking Oklahoma State on the money line, and I'm going to be taking Oklahoma State running back Ollie Gordon to go over 16.5 receiving yards to add 2 touchdowns with that.
Trey?
Yeah, I'm going to be attacking Houston here, -2.5 against Cincinnati. I love Houston here in that Big 12 matchup. Cincinnati just looked terrible. And I'm also going with Deacon Hill under 99.5 pass yards versus Rutgers. As weird as it is to say, he's not reaching triple digits, baby.
I love that play. I love it so much. I'm going to take Rutgers on the money line and the over 27.5 total points in that game. I also added the Rutgers team total over 13.5, so 3 plays for me on the game side. And then I'm going to go with Bucky Irving over 103.5 rushing yards. I can't get the Washington game out of my mind. USC got gashed on the ground so bad in that game. So give me Bucky Irving as my player prop. Guys, that's going to do it for NCAA football plays for Saturday, November 11th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,